Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your business to six figures and beyond. Pow! So as I talk about, normally in my channel, what I talk about are ways that you can actually start a business, grow a business, and then eventually sell a business for six figures and beyond. So we're looking at like into the mid six figures, high towards $1 million. That's the goal. And so if you like what I'm doing, please make sure you subscribe or like and share. In this video, I am going to talk about capability statements. Now, capability statements is really particular if you're looking at using government contracts to scale your business to six figures and beyond. And this is something that you definitely could still look at using even in 2025 with all of the cuts. Very, very, very important. Now let's talk about what a capability statement is. A capability statement is something that I should be able to look at and I should be able to discern instantly what you do, and it should be laid out for like one page, especially if you're, having one more than, close to $1 million in contracts. You want your capability statement, which is that one page that I can look at and really look at what you're doing. And I should be able to determine what you're doing in about 6 seconds or less. Now, with all that said, to update it. So this is about updating it to where we are now in 2025 with all the cuts. What you want to focus on are these. There's basically 5 areas that really, really focus on winning government contracts. And this is something you need with your capability statement. So number 1 is going to be your corporate data. Number 2 is about us. Number 3 is going to be your core competencies. Number 4 is going to be your past performance. And number 5 is going to be your differentiators. That's pretty much what you're looking at for a capability statement that wins government contracts. Now, how it's laid out, giving you the eye level, not the high level. Or I'm sorry, I'm giving you the high level, not the eye level. How it's laid out and all that, the font size, all that's really important. But what I'm talking about now mainly is the upgrades and the updates and all of that. So what you want to make sure of is in one area, let's go with where you want to make sure you do your update. One area where you really want to make sure you do your update is in About Us. In the About Us, you want to make sure that this is where you talk about mission essential. Depending on your industry, you want to use keywords that are going to really talk to the fact that you're mission essential, that you're doing some type of emergency situation, that you're doing something that's mission critical, but there's certain keywords depending on your industry that you're going to make sure that the About Us reflects what specific agency you're looking at working with, what would be considered About Us, that you want to make sure that you kind of, don't mention the agency in that, but About Us should reflect and answer that question. So About Us is one area that you want to update for mission essential services and products. The next one is your core competency. This is where you want to use about maybe 2 changes. About 2 changes should be your core competency. And your core competencies are your services and products that you offer, specifically to the buyer you're looking to buy what you have. So you want to then look here at who is your buyer, and this is where you want to put a lot of your mission essential information. You should have, like I said, bullets. And in your bullet, this is where you want to have with the core competency, something that you're looking to do in your industry that is a mission essential with your services or your products. This should be 2 bullet statements that go to emergency preparedness, or if you're doing nursing, something about nursing, critical nursing software, something in that area, critical preparedness. Lots and lots of words that you want to use, but you want to make sure that you understand who your buyer is and what is considered mission essential for them. That's kind of how you want to match it up. At least 2 bullet statements for that. Your last 2 bullet statements are going to be in your differentiator. This is where you're going to use the bullet statements to differentiate your products and your services, where I like to say this is where we create our signature offer. This is where you're talking about the perceived value. Your buyer needs to understand what the perceived value is that your company is providing. And they're going to receive this through what you're talking that you're looking to offer to them through your capability statement. Because all they have at that moment is your offer. What you're saying you can do on your case statement. They haven't actually received the product or haven't gotten the service. So this is where you really have to stand out with you're giving them the perceived value of what you're going to offer to them in your signature offer. And my students that work with me know that I always talk about your signature offer. Your signature offer is where you're going to put in your differentiator. And we go about creating that in various ways, but yours should be different. You want 2 bullet statements that are going to reflect that, and they should have mission essential things. So differentiator 2, about us at least 1, and core competencies 2. Now, if you want to learn more, then make sure you sign up for our upcoming brand new free Crack the Gov Code Masterclass. This is where I'm going to go into all the updates, doing DSB updates, dynamic small business search updates, so on and so forth. So make sure you click the link to look to join me for either March 18th, 19th, or 20th. Just one of those days will get you what you need, where you can learn still things that you can do, because I focus on scaling businesses to 6 figures and beyond. And government is still one of my favorite, but you do need to do some things in 2025 to make sure that still happens. So if you'd like to join me, click the link in the description, and I'll look forward to seeing you. And until next time, be safe. Bye-bye.